A lot of One Piece characters have a questionable moral compass, but some are definitely more evil than others. Today we're ranking the most notorious villains in One Piece in the ultimate, epic, extremely cool, evil tier list. Let's not waste any more time. Alright, first we got Saint Charlos. We got a real champion of evil here early on. This guy is literally one of the most disgusting people in the entire story. He takes the average personality of a celestial dragon and cranks it up to 11. I've rarely been so mad at a character while watching One Piece as I was when he tried to make Shirahoshi his slave. Like, I was fuming, and I love Luffy for punching him. I mean, he was probably indoctrinated since birth, but come on, Doflamingo's father didn't end up so evil, so I won't accept that excuse. This guy is going directly into pure evil. He's most definitely a psychopath. Okay, next up we have one of my favorite characters, Gecko Moria. This guy isn't really a monster in the same way other villains are. He's more of a broken man. He lost his entire crew back in the day against Kaido and never really recovered, so he kept to himself, hidden behind an army of zombies to avoid ever feeling that pain again. But let's be real, stealing hundreds of shadows and throwing people into a living nightmare isn't exactly saint behavior. He's selfish, he's lazy, and he's definitely a villain material. But he's not completely heartless like other villains, so for me, Moria sits in kinda evil. Okay, now we got Don Quixote Doflamingo himself, and when you think about it, he's absolutely terrifying. He's manipulative, cruel, and he basically turned Dressrosa into his personal torture chamber. He takes joy in pulling strings, both literally and figuratively, and he's one of the few villains who feels like he's always 10 steps ahead. But here's the thing, I can't put him in pure evil. His backstory is too brutal. He was born a celestial dragon, dragged down to live like a normal human, and then watched his family get hunted down and tortured. Well, he shot his father himself. It's still messed up. Unlike someone like Saint Charles, Doflamingo at least has an explanation for how he became so twisted. That doesn't make him good, but it does stop him from being in the absolute peak of evil. So for me, he's going straight into very evil. Alright, next up we got Buggy the Clown. And honestly, this guy is one of the funniest so-called villains in the entire series. Buggy's not really evil in the sadistic sense. Well, he shot a cannonball at his crewmate at one time for insulting his nose. But he's not evil like other villains. He's greedy, cowardly, and will sell out to anyone if it benefits him. But at the end of the day, he's more of a clown than a monster. Most of the time he just stumbles his way into power and somehow convinces everyone he's this terrifying pirate, when in reality he's scared almost all the time. He's not doing experiments on kids or enslaving kingdoms like certain other characters. He's just trying to make a name for himself and not die in the process. Like, he genuinely seems to want to become Pirate King, like it's his real dream. But he did try to end Luffy, and I won't forgive that. So for me, Buggy also lands in kinda evil. Okay, moving on. Now we got Emu himself, the shadowy figure at the very top of the world. If there's anyone who deserves to be called pure evil, it's this guy. Or maybe Emu is a woman, we can't be sure. Emu doesn't just pull strings from behind the scenes. He literally vaporized an entire kingdom without a shred of hesitation. No trial, no warning, just wiped off the map like it never existed. That's not justice, that's not even politics, that's straight up god complex insanity. I don't think there's any humanity left in Emu, no redeeming angle, just cold calculated destruction and wanting to keep the power. So pure evil, no question. Next up, we got a bit of nostalgia with Arlong, one of the first truly vile villains we ever met in One Piece. This guy is absolutely ruthless. He enslaved an entire island, ended the life of Nami's mother, and made her draw maps for him for so many years. He got no remorse, just a superiority complex and a deep hatred for humans. But here's the thing, his backstory puts some of it in perspective. Arlong was shaped by discrimination, and that pain twisted him into what we saw. And also, he seems to love his crewmates and really cares for them. But this doesn't excuse what he did, but it does explain why he's the way he is. So even though he's one of the nastiest early villains, I'm putting him in very evil instead of at the very top. And oh boy, now we got Katakuri, my absolute favorite character in all of One Piece and all of fiction probably. And honestly, I can't pretend this man belongs anywhere near the evil on this spectrum. Katakuri is a straight up good boy. He cares deeply for his family, he's respectful to his opponents, and he's one of the few antagonists that actually earns Luffy's respect back. The way he carries himself, the way he fights with honor. Sure, he stands in Luffy's way because of family duty, but that doesn't make him evil. And those random chefs or whatever that he stabbed when they saw his real face. Shh, that didn't happen. For me, Katakuri skips the whole short and lands clean in the good boy tier that I made just for him. Next up we got Blackbeard, and I had a hard time placing him at first. On one hand, he's manipulative, backstabs anyone in his path. He literally took out his own crewmate just to get the devil fruit. He's ambitious and he thrives on other people's suffering. That's pure villain energy. But on the other hand, he's smart, strategic, and kind of the embodiment of survival of the fittest in the One Piece world. He doesn't just destroy for fun, he destroys to climb. And in that sense, he's more calculated than sadistic. I mean, you can't deliver that dreams will never end line if you're pure evil. Because of that, I can't quite put him in pure evil. For me, he lands in very evil. Terrifying, ruthless, but still a mastermind rather than a mindless monster. Okay, next up we got Dracula Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman, and honestly, not that evil. I mean, sure, he's intimidating as hell, even though he be painting that sword, but he's not out here enslaving villagers. He fights with honor, gives Luffy tips, and generally just does his own thing. He's very scary, sure, but scary in a cool way, not in like a villain-esque way. For me, Mihawk sits in not so evil. Next up we got Axe-Hand Morgan from East Blue, all the way back in Romance Dawn. And honestly, this guy is pure evil through and through. There's no redeeming factor about him. He orders his own soldiers to himself when they show any weakness, and he even takes his own son hostage just to save his own skin. It's crazy that we see a villain this ruthless so early on in the story, and yet somehow he sticks with you. He's selfish, sadistic, and completely lacks humanity. Pure evil, no debate. I actually made a whole video about him, please watch it or else. Next up we got Lucci. And this guy is also pure evil, according to me. He's a cold-blooded assassin who follows the letter of law without a shred of compassion. And he genuinely enjoys taking lives to get the job done. He tortured Robin, hunted the Straw Hats, and even when Luffy freed him, he still tried to assassinate Vegapunk. He sees humans as nothing more than tools for his mission. There's no humor, no hesitation, no redemption, just pure calculated cruelty. For me, Lucci is as close to pure evil as you can get in One Piece. Oh boy. Next up we got Krieg, and I'm literally shivering just thinking about him. This man is an absolute monster, the strongest character in One Piece for sure, no debate. His golden haki is off the charts and his tactical genius is unmatched. If things had gone differently, he could have become Pirate King before Luffy even set sail. He'll betray anyone, but that's the mark of a true genius. Krieg doesn't just survive chaos, he commands it. Watch him, fear him, respect him. I made a tier just for him so he doesn't get angry. Okay, last but not least we have Mr. J. Garcia Saturn. This is quite a no-brainer. Bro literally compared human lives to insects. Maybe he's for equality across species or something, but that still doesn't sit right with me. This guy is on some sinister shit, straight to pure evil. That's the end guys. Subscribe or Krieg will personally visit you on my behalf. Peace out.